All right, y'all. Look, man. Origin base here. I gotta make this video. I gotta make this message strictly for the women. This is to the ladies because I don't know if any man is telling you guys this, or if you heard this, or if you think about this on your own. But you all have a lot more power than you may have been told. You have a lot more power than you believe, and you have a lot more power than what you show us, than what you display. That's with everything because you control a lot of situations. Women, you control a lot of situations. Just being in your feminine energy, just being you, just being who you're supposed to be. When you're not taking on a man's role, whether that's by choice or by force, you are in your most divine energy. You are on the highest frequency. You vibrate on the highest level when you just tap into your goddess energy. Off top, off top. It don't matter who the man is. It don't matter what, like I said, it don't matter what the circumstances is. When a real woman walk into the room, the whole building shake. Everybody in there is gonna stop, and we're gonna feel that presence, and everybody is gonna get right. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about elders. I'm talking about children. When a real woman walk into the room, yeah, yeah, you could feel the earth shake. You can feel the earth shake. And the thing about that is that costs nothing for a woman to do that. It's all in her mentality, her spirit, and her demeanor. It's not about what you got on. It's not about how much you make. It's not about what you're driving. It's about how you move and how you behave and how you carry yourself. How you carry yourself. And it's free. It's free. To walk in your goddess presence, in your goddess energy, it don't cost nothing. It don't cost nothing. It's really upsetting for me. It's really upsetting to see how many women walk around in their masculine energy. I don't know if you love it. I don't know if you hate it. But I hate to see that that's done. And another thing that I see that has always been confused is being in your masculine energy versus being a responsible adult. Being a responsible adult don't mean you have to act and behave like men. It don't mean you have to walk around disrespecting yourself and you're disrespecting men, disrespecting nature, disrespecting the world. That don't mean that. Just because you make a little money, that's not what that means. That's not what that means. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's not being frowned upon like it should be. Like it should be. Because our families are being destroyed. Our families are being destroyed. And that's not the main reason. That's one of the many reasons. One of the many reasons. Women are acting like men, and a lot of men are acting like women. Whether that's by choice or by force. Or by confusion. That's happening a lot, and it's not being acknowledged, and it's not being recognized. But if you tune in on my channel, yeah, it's going to get acknowledged, and it's going to get recognized right here. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. I represent humanity. I represent humanity, not destruction. And I don't want it to happen in my lifetime to where the human population cease to exist because women are acting like men and men are acting like women. But it all starts in the household, and it starts with acknowledgement. It starts with acknowledgement. Not placing blame on our personal decisions. This woman made this decision to talk to this man, ignored all of the red flags that was there since day one. Still laid down, opened her legs, procreated with this guy, and now don't like the results and don't want to own up to the results of the decisions. That's called the accountability and being responsible for one's own actions. Straight up. Straight up. Then there's a lot of men out here who don't take accountability or don't take responsibility for his actions, want to place blame on any and every person but himself. And no, that's not being a man. That's not being in his masculine frame. That's not being in his masculine frame. And if it's not being in his masculine frame, then it must be in his feminine frame. And I'm gonna just say it how it is. It is what it is. Not taking accountability for one's own actions, it usually comes from a woman. I'm not gonna 100% say that that's a woman's trait. I'm not gonna say that. But recognition and experience, that is the kind of behavior that typically comes from women. That's why when a man behaves like that, he's quick to be called a bitch. He's quick to be called sassy. Why? Because he's emulating women behavior. So if a man acts like that and he's called a woman, he's called a bitch, he's called soft, he's called a pussy, he called all these things, that means that we must have to admit that that is a woman's attribute. We got to admit that. Not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just something that it is what it is. And we have to acknowledge that if we actually want to move forward as people, if we want to move forward as a family, if we want to move forward to actually build a community, because right now we don't have communities. And when I say we, right now, that statement is for black people. Americanized Africans, we do not have communities. I gotta say it, we don't. We have certain areas in which we live in. We have certain areas in which we occupy. We are guests. We do not have no communities. And the reason why I say that is because to even have a community, you have to have commerce. We do not control no commerce in our areas in which we occupy. We don't own the grocery stores, the dry cleaners, the schools, the hospitals. We don't own any of that. Not even the drug stores and the liquor stores and the fish markets. We don't own none of that. We own no commerce. We control no commerce. We don't even control the real estate on our own blocks in which we claim we own. We own none of that. We don't have no commerce. And then the other side to that, unity. When the last time you seen black people have unity? And this is not to shit on my own people. This is just what it is. Because people is not talking about it. And then the ones who are talking about it, they're not living it. Straight up. So we have no commerce and we have no unity. So we can never have a community unless we fix those two things. And now, right now, you got the whole woman and man versus battle going on because systematically and society has made it easier for our women to earn more money than us. And once that happens, disrespect follows. And it breaks my heart because a lot of these women are not telling their sons that they will be treated like shit by their own women. They're not teaching our sons that. If a woman makes a little bit of money, she's gonna treat him like he doesn't even deserve to be breathing. That's what I got right now, y'all. If you like this kind of topic, this kind of conversation, don't be scared. Like, share this video, subscribe, because it's only the beginning, people. All right? Where's your base?